Number one. Number one, get me started, Jaquez. That's right. Go ahead. What was 2's exponent? So what do you do here? Okay. What are you doing with the exponents? Good. Stop right there. Denominator, Jacob. Okay. Tell me what's right. Tell me what's right. Okay. And let's see here. When you simplify, Lenora, what do you get? What do you do with these two?
Multiply into together. Negative 2 and 2, root 4.
Negative 2 times negative 2, because it's negative 2 squared, is 4. Okay. What about this one?
4.
Okay. What about your x's?
6 take away 6. So we go
Cancel each other out because they're the same. Okay. Y to the 4th. Okay, where does it go?
Bottom.
Why does it go in the denominator?
The one at the bottom.
Yep. Okay. All right. And how about the z's?
And Z go at the top now.
It goes at the top with what exponent? Z to the second. Why does it go at the top?
Because it's higher.
Because it's higher in the top. Okay. Am I done?
No, you have to do that. Reduce to whatever.
Okay. What can you reduce?
I mean, it's going to be 1.
Okay. Those reduce to 1. Okay.
Z
Over.
Y 4.
Okay. Who said that?
So 9.
Tariana, Lenora, Cordarius, Alexia. Only 4 out of 20 some.
I got a calculator.
I need to go get it. Okay. Questions on number 1? A power of a power, you know, because of the parentheses. So distribute the exponent there. Reduce, when you reduce, put the variable wherever the exponent was the highest. Number 2, simplify and state the restrictions. Let's see what you said here. Frozen. Here it comes. All right. I'll give you 20 seconds to get your answer in. All right, here's what you said. Never mind, I'm not even going to show you what you said. Only 6 people respond. Tell them to wake up. I know it's rainy outside. I said 20 seconds. If you don't respond, it disappears. Yeah, if you already responded, then it's in. This is a very simple process. D means check for division. F means check to see if you can factor. R stands for restrictions. And R stands for reduce. DFRR. If you need to come up with an acronym like dragons, fake, running ridiculously, or whatever works for you to remember that, then come up with something. DFRR. So first of all, check for division. Yes, there is division. So what do I have to do to the second fraction? Flip it. So what goes on top now? n minus 4 over 1. Now, division, check.
So if you divide, you try to multiply.
Exactly right. Step 2, check to see if you can factor. Can I factor 6? No. Can I factor 10m minus 40? Yes. Not yet. What can you factor 10m minus 40? What's a GCF? 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. What's left over? M. Negative 40 divided by 10 is negative 4. M minus 4, can I factor? No. 1, can I factor it? No. So when you factor, you're looking for either a GCF, you're looking for a trinomial that you can factor, which we'll practice today, or you're looking for a difference of squares, which we'll also practice today. Division, factor, what's next? Restrictions, what can m not equal? Now if it's a constant or just a number with no variable, do I look at it? No, just ignore it. Move on to this m. What would be the restriction here? Positive 4. 1, do I care about it? No, I only look if it has a variable. Okay, I only look if it has a variable. And I'm only checking for restrictions in the denominator. Reviewing from yesterday. I only check for restrictions in the denominator. Okay? First we did check for division. Since it was a division problem, we changed it to multiplication, and we flipped the second fraction. Then we checked to see if we could factor, and we could factor this denominator. So we factored it. Next, we checked for restrictions. For restrictions, we look in the denominator. If it's a constant number, ignore it. If there's a variable, tell me which number would make this expression 0. If I put 4 in right here, 4 minus 4 would give me 0. So 4 cannot be a part of the answer. Check yesterday's notes on that. Last but not least, reduce. What can I reduce? I'm looking right here. M minus 4s can reduce. If it has a partner in the numerator and denominator, cancel them out. What else can reduce? 6 and 10 can reduce. Put it in your calculator.
Zero.
6 over 10 reduces to 3 over 5. What's left in the numerator? 3. In the denominator, 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1? So I've got 3 over 5, and m cannot be 4. Answer choice A. Okay, that's a pretty good comprehensive review of everything we did yesterday. Questions on number 2. 4-step process. What's the first step, Calvin? Check for division. Check to see if the sign in the middle is division. What's the second step, Tashiana? Factor. What's the third step, Plato? Restrictions. Yes, sir. What's the last step, Kamarian? Reduce. Okay. We're going to do those 4 steps today. Take your warm-up, set it aside, and look at today's notes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's start off and look at number 5, because number 5 will answer a question that many of you have. First off, is it a division problem? No. I'm looking at the wrong one. Coach Matisse, mistake. You had the right worksheet. Just kidding, I'm going right here. Just kidding. All right, be seated, settled, ready to roll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at number 4. Let's do number 4. And first, I'm going to check to see if there's any division. Do you see any?
Yeah.
Yes, so what's our first step here? Change to multiplication. Okay. X plus 4 times 3 over 3 times x plus 4. And my new denominator is 63x, bless you, squared. My new numerator, 3 times x minus 1. So first step, look for division. If it's a division problem, flip it. What if it's not division? You just leave it the same. Step 2, what do we look for? No. Factoring. Can I factor any of these?
Yeah.
63, you could factor, you're right. Let's wait to do that though. We'll just put 3 over 63 or something like that. Okay. I'm looking for GCFs. I'm looking for trinomials.
What about the x to the phone? Plus to the phone.
No, you can't factor that. It's a binomial. Leave it alone. I'm looking for GCF. I'm looking for trinomials, and I'm looking for a difference of squares. Do you remember, by the way, pause. Do you remember difference of squares? You don't have to write this down.
If you just,
Do you remember this? How do you factor that?
it's
Drop your x's, and then what?
those 9 minus 9.
No. Close, though. You got the right idea. What's a square root?
3. Minus 3.
It's a difference of squares, so these are super easy. What about x squared minus 25? How would you factor that?
5 minus 5.
Man, so easy. Okay, so you might have some of those today. You'll have to factor. All right, back to this. So we checked for division. We got that. We checked for factoring. We're done with that. What's next? Restrictions. What can x not equal? What about the 3? Ignore it. Ignore that junk. There's no x. Ignore it. What about right here? Negative 4. Yep. Just do the opposite. What about over here? No. Be careful. Don't write this. Just watch. Listen. I want to know what would make this equal to 0. If I put 63 in right here,
It's still gonna be 63.
if I put 63 in, it's going to be 63 times 63 squared. That's going to be a huge number. What number could I put in for x to make this all equal to 0?
63 to the 6th power.
No, 0. If I put 0 in, I have 63 times 0 squared.
0.
What's 0 squared?
0.
Okay, so 63 times 0,
0.
which is 0. Okay, so right here, if it's one of these, you just put 0. So simple.
Anytime we see one.
Anytime you see, what is this? A binomial? No. A monomial. Remember stereo mono. I'm only checking restrictions in the denominator. Yep, only in the denominator. Okay. Don't go up here, just go down here. All right, we checked division, we checked factoring, we found the restrictions. What's last? Okay, what can I reduce? Yep. What else?
Yep.
3's can reduce. Do you see that? What am I left with? Over 63x squared. Can I reduce these x's? Come on. I can reduce these x's, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, they ain't the same.
No. Remember, x minus 1 is one number. The only thing that reduces with x minus 1 is x minus 1.
Uh-huh.
Remember what I said yesterday? 8 over 9. You can't just kind of cross off this and cross off that and say 8 over 9 reduces to 0 over 1. You can't do that. Same thing here. You can't split this x minus 1 into different parts. It's one number. Okay? All right, we're done. Questions? Done, man. That's it.
Which one your answer though? You got two circles.
Which one do you think is the answer?
Both.
Both. Questions on number 4. Scroll down. Look at the back. At number 7. Look at number 7. And let's follow our steps here. First of all, what do we need to do?
GLC.
It's a division. Okay, flip it. Leave the first one the same. Take the sign and make it into multiplication. Take the second one and flip it. Can I factor anything?
No.
I think this there's a GCF here, right? What do these two terms have in common? What else? K to the second power. They both have 9 and they both have at least 2 Ks. Do you see that? They both have at least 2 Ks. So pull out 9K squared. What's going to be left?
Just a K.
Just a K plus what?
9.
Plus 9. 18 divided by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. I had 2 Ks. I factored out 2 of them, so how many Ks are left? None. Okay, let's keep this the same, keep that the same, and keep that the same. Okay, we checked for division, we factored, we found a GCF on that one. Now let's look for restrictions. Okay, so K cannot equal what? Let's see, -2, yep. What about this other thing here? What about this? 0. What about 1? Ignore it. Okay, only do the denominator. Good.
It's so easy.
Feeling confident?
No, it's still hard.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Check for division, factor, find the restrictions, and reduce. What can we reduce? K plus 2. Anything else? Okay, so what's left in the numerator?
9K.
Numerator.
K minus 2.
What about down here?
9K to the second power.
Times 1, which is what?
9K to the second power.
Good. So, K minus 2 over 9K squared, and K cannot be -2 or 0. One more together. Ready? Number 10. Take a look at number 10, and what's first? Check for division. Do you see any division? No. Multiplication. What's next?
Hey, can we do it by ourselves first? So I know I can get it.
Not yet. Do you flip this one? No, because it's multiplication. Okay, moving on.
So what you do with the multiplication?
Flipping just stays. You don't have to flip it.
So we just have to
Nope, now we need to factor. What can we factor here?
B squared equals, minus 65.
B squared minus 64, what's that going to be?
Well,
Square root of 64 is 8. So what am I going to have here? Plus 8 minus 8. Remember what we were practicing up here in red, up there? It's the same thing. Okay, what else? What next? B plus 10, can you factor it? Nope. B squared plus B minus 72, can you factor it? Yes, you can. What multiplies to 72? 8 times 9. Uh-huh. 8 and 9, are they 1 apart? Because I need plus 1b here. Okay, so they are 1 apart. Which one's positive, which one's negative, or are they both positive, both negative? Why is the 9 positive? Yeah, because you need a positive middle term. So make sure that that bigger number is positive here. Okay, we checked for division, didn't have it. We factored. Now we're going to reduce. What can we, or no, not reduce yet, but first we got to, nope, restrictions. Positive 8, negative 9. So simple. What can we reduce?
B minus 8, B plus 9.
What's left?
B plus 8.
No, you cannot reduce 8 over 10. Remember, b plus 8 is one number, b plus 10 is another number. Practice.
Yeah, I see how to do that.